my defense is gonna surprise a lot of people come Saturday night.
We catch a shot, put 3 shots on him?
Probably 10, probably maybe 10. But like I said before, the main thing is having fun this fight, man. Having fun, going back to what I do best. Like I said before, you know, sometimes it's easy to I trash talk and I find things to hate about guys, and it just makes it more juicier. But the last 2 guys that I fought didn't even speak English. I fought a Marius Watt, and you know I know him from before. He's a pretty cool guy. Knows straight business. Even this guy, Johan Duhop doesn't speak English. You know, it's not much to really.
We saw when you had an English-speaking opponent in Washington.
Yeah,
you
already know. You know, plus he was talking smack too. So he called me out too. So I know I had to put him on blast. But you know, me and Johan Dupapa have a mutual friend, which is one of my favorite kickboxers in the history, which is Jerome the Banner. You know, so it's nothing but love at the end of the day, just business. You know what I mean? So
well, I mean, listen, you're in your hometown, Brooklyn. We know the lineage of Brooklyn heavyweights. Mike, Riddick Bowe, Shannon Briggs. You have the opportunity to be right there. You're on HBO this Saturday night. We hear and talk with Deontay. We hear and talk with Joshua. We hear and talk. But you know what? We see you on Saturday, and you're looking super impressive. Yeah. Your name is right there.
Yeah, my name, I'm already there, man. I got to kick in that door real quick. There's one thing to kick in that door, you know what I mean? Like, I'm fighting tough guys. This is a guy that I know that could have beat Dylan White, hands down. Dylan White could have got beat by Marius Watt, hands down. You know what I mean? These are guys that they try to keep him from. They didn't even want a rematch against him and Chisora. They're trying to give him easy fights for him to get a title shot. Well, the WBC put a halt in a speedway, and now you got to fight Luis Ortiz, which is funny to me. So, like I said before, man, I'm ready. I'm happy. I'm mentally and physically in a good place. You know, and I'm just ready to put on.
I mean, if you run this guy over, fans are going to want to see a heavyweight your size, and the volume that you throw. They're going to want to see your
there's only one other heavyweight that throws as much volume as me. One other heavyweight, and he's Polish, and it's Adam Kornacki. There's no other heavyweight that does as much volume as me in the heavyweight division. Nobody.
I saw it in the Washington fight firsthand.
Yeah. And I fought that way because I'm fighting that guy on his promoter's card. You know what I mean? If you go back and do your research, they had the card a 4-4, a draw, and even Steve Harford, Danny Jacobs calling a fight, Chris Algieri, like what fight were they watching? The first round he won, but the next 7 rounds I smoked him. You know what I mean? I smoked him. I heard him. So
he quit. Right? I mean, I know
he tried. Yeah, he tried.
He took a lot of shots.
He's gonna get stopped sooner or later. But I mean, like I said before, man, Marius Watt, a guy who's never been stopped. On my worst performance, not 100%, with a bad elbow, I made him quit. He said he had a broken hand. No, I beat the Pope out of him. He quit. So, like I said before, man, I'm different. Are
you concerning yourself with the Wilder and Joshua stuff, or you just focus on you staying in your own lane?
People tag me on it, and I just like block it out my mind because you don't want distractions. And then Eddie Hearn's made statements about it, but he's a good tactical player, so I don't want to believe none of that crap he's saying right now until after I get rid of Johan.
The only promoter that you're looking at is Big Baby Promotions. Whatever these other promoters, whoever.
I don't care.
One ear out the other, right?
The one thing that makes great promoters is you have a sustenance. What's the word I'm looking for? You have economic backing. You know what I'm trying to say? So if you find an investor that can believe in the product that you have, you can be a great promoter. You know what I mean? You gotta have a fighter as well as a talent. But so it's like these guys and good promoters have good funding behind it and have a good marketing plan, strategic plan behind them to put a fighter out there that doesn't really have no kind of skill and try to put the right fights in front of him to build it. You know what I mean? Like I said before. So I mean, if I had to sign with any promoter on the side right now on another promotional contract to co-promote with to help build my brand, Eddie Hearn would be in favor. I just don't feel like I'd be a priority on his list because he has AJ, you know what I mean? So I think Golden Boy would be the next option for me at this point, who's a mega player in the boxing scene.
They need a big heavyweight,
and they need a big heavyweight. So I mean, that's something that I would like to visit on
Oscar was in New York the other day.
You know what I mean? But like I said before, it would have to be run a certain kind of way where I know things are going to get done, and I feel like Big Baby and see the promotion, the Golden Boy would be a great fit there.
And it all starts on Saturday with your performance.
Oh yeah, for sure. And HBO as well too. You know what I mean? You can't get it done without a great network. HBO stepped up to the plate, put money where their mouth is, and I got to prove to them what a 300-pound heavyweight like me can do.
So when you're halfway during the fight and you feel it sinking in a little bit, you know, the arms may get a little tired, you get that second win to say, that pot of gold is there at the end.
It's over, man. My second wing is always there, you know what I mean? Hopefully I don't even need it. I want to get him out there early if I can, you know what I mean? But like I said before, he's in shape. This is the lightest I've seen him in his last 3 fights. He's looking about maybe 320, 330 around that range mark. So, you know, in interviews I've heard he's going to really try to box and maneuver. But I know for a fact he's not a better boxer than Jarrell Washington. And that was Jarrell Washington's plan, was to box and move and wait till I got tired. And I smoked him. So, like I said before, he's been knocked out before. And I'm a pressure fighter, and I hit hard.
If you can get him out of there earlier than Deontay.
Ah, you're right.
Then I mean,
put a ring on it. Put a ring on it. Yeah, listen. My goal is to get him out there as soon as possible. You know, a lot of fighters talk about they don't want a knockout. They're not looking for a knockout if it come. That's a lie. Everybody looks for a knockout. Some of us get it quicker than others. You know what I mean? Like I said, Jarrell Washington was more prepared to fight me than he was to fight Deontay Wilder. Morris Watt was more prepared to fight me than he fought Pavek and other guys. You know what I'm trying to say? So, like I said, he has a full training camp to get ready for this fight. He's not fighting like he fought Deontay in short notice to get Deontay 11 rounds of hell. But I said, Deontay's a power puncher. Yeah, you don't look over anybody. If Deontay's a power puncher, he is not a boxer. You know what I mean? That's what's saving him. He's a power puncher. But I'm a boxer. I'm a full-round boxer. So I mean, so you're gonna see what comes Saturday night. What Big Baby can do.
Yeah, now you were talking about being a boxer, your come forward style. What do you do as far as like working towards that come forward style? Because I mean, people keep talking about your size and you being over 300 pounds and things like that. But even with that, you were able to come forward against Jarrell Washington.
You see, boxing is still stuck in this old ways of boxing us to lift weights. They won't do this. They got to be a certain size. The Ali days and them guys are like 210, 205 is over. That's dead with. You think football players and rugby players weigh themselves every week or actually weigh themselves? These guys are sprinting, doing explosive workouts, lifting crazy amount of weights. You think they weigh themselves and, oh my God, I'm 5 pounds over? The hell no. So you got to train like an athlete and be an athlete. Of course, you got to clean your eating up and your diet up. You know what I mean? You got to change your training up specific to your body and what you're doing. Of course, that's hands down. But you physically got to jump on the scale and say, okay, I'm this amount of weight now. I'm killing myself with 5 or 10 pounds. No, I know how I perform at a certain weight. I got a 280 something, 275. In my last fight, I got a little sick. I was like, man, this is not working for me. And I still got the win, but coming down at 300, you're gonna see, damn, he's 300. I don't believe it. And people now don't believe I'm 300. I'm real girthy, so, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, but you know, even with being 300 and like you said, around 285 in your last fight, you're still able to, you know, come forward and have that come forward style.
Correct.
So that like attributes to your stamina in those particular fights.
Correct.
So how do you necessarily train for all of that? I mean, it's not necessarily the weights and everything, but also the whole cardio.
Everything is conventional, you know what I mean? You can't do this everyday boxing workouts and think you're gonna be like a phenomenal fighter, because what happened is every boxer doing the exact same thing. You gotta figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. You know, I've always been a martial artist. I've been in kickboxing. Always been doing jiu-jitsu and judo. Those kind of stuff always made me agile. My thighs, I've been rollerblading since I was like 5 or 6. My thighs are big as hell. Played football, played rugby. So those were all kind of movements that got me moving the way I have. So when I added the kickboxing and the other stuff, and I was like, hold on, I'm bouncing around, I'm running miles again. I'm like, I gotta continue doing what I've been doing to get here. The minute I stopped doing kickboxing, the minute I stopped doing sprints and all kind of other crazy exercises, my legs don't move as much, and I'm sitting in the pocket fighting a Morris Watt when I should have been dancing on this big clumsy behind. So I mean, so this fight is gonna be totally different. I had fun in camp. My legs feel phenomenal. You see, I was bouncing around the open workout yesterday, and you're gonna see a hard, stiff jab, a lot of body shots.
Now you keep talking about that whole Atkins diet and things like that.
Oh, that wasn't me. That was my man from HBO said the Atkins diet. I was cracking that joke behind it, but I don't know Atkins diet. I'm on a homegrown Belizean diet. You know what I mean? Corn, tortilla, chips, and the whole 9 beans and rice. You know what I mean? Some grilled chicken.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Hey, Big Baby, man. What does Johann Duhausen do that you feel like you need to nullify in the ring?
Well, he speaks French anyway, so you gotta understand, he doesn't move well when he throws punches. You know, when he jabs, he has to sit still. He throws a right hand, he has to sit still. He needs to jab down here. When he jabs, his head goes down. He makes a ton of mistakes. But one thing he has for sure, you can't take away from the guy. The guy has balls. You know what I mean? He has cojones. He'll fight even if it was for a payday against Pavek, and it was a payday for him on 48-hour notice, I think. He came to fight. You know what I mean? So I think the main thing is just make him feel something he's never felt before. A big guy that comes forward and hits him everywhere to make him just realize, you know, mentally he's gonna break down. That he's in a war for his life.
Now, seeing though you get past him in this fight, I know you don't like to look past your fights.
Yeah.
What would be your next move? Your ideal next move?
I'm going to Disneyland after this, man. That's my next plan. I mean, I'm not even thinking about who's going to be next. My main thing is knocking this guy out, and then I'll go back to the drawing board. You know, like I said before, I run my career, so I need to take some flights and probably go to Germany, make some phone calls, and figure out some things, because there's a lot of opportunities overseas right now that I feel like if AJ and them are not going to make it happen, I got to make it happen myself. I'm not going to sit here and beg. I'm not getting on my knees and plead with nobody. You know what I mean? That's not me. That's not the way I get down. So, like I said before, after I beat him up, I go back to the drawing board and figure out what's best for me. Yeah, I mean, no, you understand. I'm not saying it's not on my mind. Of course, it's in your mind because you already heard it. Anything, if you hear any little thing that you like, it's gonna be in the back of your mind. What I'm saying is, I gotta block that out for right now. I'm not stressing it. I'm not thinking about it. I never seen no paperwork on it. It's all been word of talk like I'm hearing now. So the worst thing you could do is tell a fighter that before he's about to fight. Oh, he has some bigger L's coming up before he even get past his task. You know what I mean? So like I said, it's there, but I'm not stressing. I'm like, that's what it is. Like I'm not even talking about that later. I got Saturday up. I can't think about nothing else past Saturday right now except whooping this guy's behind. That's all that matters to me.
How many times have you fought at
Once. One time I think Jarrell Washington was the first time I fought in the Barclays Center, you know what I mean?
I thought that was the Barclays?
Yeah,
I was at that fight.
That was the Barclays. Yeah, wore him up, beat him up.
What does it mean? What do you want Dana to get to fight these big fights there in Brooklyn?
I mean, it's always great to fight in Brooklyn. I mean, fighting in Barclays is an added plus, you know what I mean? But Brooklyn is, you know, fighters is what make the arena. The talent is what make the arena will make the fighters, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I feel like media has to give more respect to the fighters and not the arena, you know what I mean? Like, without the talent and the fighters, there won't be no arena, you know what I mean? So, like I said, fighting in Brooklyn, number one, is my main focus. And that's being at home and putting a fan for the show. For the show for the fans.
How many people are going to be there from your friends, family?
A lot of people are going to be there, man. But I said before, you know, a lot of my family's still in third world countries, either in Belize or Haiti and DR. So a lot of them are going to be tuning in and streaming it. You know what I mean? So it's going to be fun, man. Like I'm not just the Brooklyn champ, I'm the people's champ. And people don't realize it. No, I have a really good fan base. It's just not the numbers not showing as much as people would like. But like I said before, it just need 1 or 2 wins and some money behind me, really, to put that promotion and PR out there. And it's going to be phenomenal.
Good luck.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Hey, Jarrell, man, you looking phenomenal shape right now.
Yeah.
Is this the best shape you've been in for your boxing?
Honestly, I felt this is definitely one of the best shape. The only one time I've been better shape than this was for a kickboxing fight, and that was like years ago. And I was just like throwing a million kicks. I was more lighter, a lot more leaner. I didn't like it now compared to how I feel now. I wasn't lifting as much back then. I was lifting, but not as much as I lift now. But to able to lift what I lift and be able to move the way I maneuver and manhandle guys like 250, 260, 280, it's different, man. It's different kind of strength. It's one thing to jab a person, beat them up. But when somebody actually physically grabs you and I just sneeze on them and they fall over, it's a different feeling. It's a different vibe. So I feel 100% stronger. I feel good. I feel confident. My stamina is on point. My movement's on point. It's just everything. And you know when you had a good camp, when you can see punches coming at you, you're right in front of a person. And that's how camp went.
Man, you don't look like you're 300 pounds, man.
Yeah,
you sure you're not under 300 pounds?
When I jump on that scale and I take my shirt off, people gonna be like, this boy got abs at 300 pounds. That's all I gotta tell you, man. And I feel good, man. Like I said before, I'm just different, you know what I mean? I'm built different, I train different, I eat different, I live different, my life is different. You can't compare everybody in the same shell. You know, when AJ turned pro, he was really 230, mid 220s, you know. Something in his mind said he had to get bigger with a 254 with more muscle, you know what I mean? And he became slower. You know what I mean? So everybody's built different. That's not natural. That's his natural size. That's not for him. But he thought that's what he had to do. And now he came back down to 241 to fight Joseph Park, and he still looked like crap. So, like I said before, you find a guy that's been big his whole entire life and come forward, it's going to be a different story.
How long do you see this fight going? What round you think is in?
He's usually a come forward type of guy. He doesn't really box too much, but from what he's been saying, stuff he's gonna box, he's gonna move, and I think that's a wrong game plan for him. And usually when your guy is used to slugging and fighting coming forward, usually when they get hit a couple times and start coming forward, they forget about the game plan. So I feel like if he does run, it's gonna make him more tired, and I'll probably get him out there in 4 or 5 rounds. If he does come forward like he usually fight, probably be the same thing 4 or 5 rounds.
So y'all heard it from Jarrell Big Baby Miller, man. That's all I got. Thank you, bro.
Appreciate it. No problem, man.